Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Wednesday, the 2nd July 2025. So we'll start off with the synoptic situation then, as usual. So this is as of midnight last night. There's a weak cold front with an associated occlusion that is drifting slowly from west to east over the country, and that's what's left us with this. The dregs of that occlusion is what we can see outside. However, if I run this through to midday today, you'll see that cold front has gone through, and we should be left in a reasonable north-northwesterly airflow behind it. Caution these troughs, though. We don't know quite how active they're going to be and whether or not they might bring some problems later. But I think we're probably going to be okay on the south of the country. So if you look at the map, then the cloud radar, you can see the cloud that's associated with that frontal system. From northeast down to southwest, and that's clearing slowly from the west and should be through at around about 1 o'clock, I guess. And there's a rain that's associated with that. It's a very weak rain. It's not going to be any heavy rain at all, but there is going to be some rain which will be an irritation just to start off with. This is obviously over the next 2 hours, but if I run the Met Office predicted rain forecast for the day, we can see that most of it has disappeared, all gone off to the northeast. And I think once that main front has gone through, we should be fine. Come back a little bit nearer our time zone now. So this is what we've got out the window, and that's slowly clearing to the northeast. There is a very heavy shower actually over Southampton around about now. But I think that's going to miss us. We're just going to go up the eastern side. And then once that's through around about 11 o'clock or so, we should be good to get flying, but the sortable weather's not going to be till the afternoon. So RF Odium TAF then, they're giving between 7 o'clock and 6 o'clock today, 3205 knots, 10k or more viz. Few at 2,000 feet, temporarily though between 8 and 1 local, scattered at 2,000 with a 40% probability, temporarily between 8 and 11, scattered at 1,400, 30% probability between 10 and 1, 7,000 meters in showers and rain. And that's probably what we got outside the window at the moment. If we go across to Farmer then, similar, let's get a final refresh. Yeah, that's similar. So they're talking about 9 knots from the northwest, few at 3,000, with a 40% probability between 7 and 2 o'clock local, 6,000 meters and rain showers, with a 40% probability between 2 and 4, 50 knots northwest with gusts of 25. Met Office is not playing today, but wind is giving a very clear northwesterly breeze, about 6 knots throughout the day. Local forecast is the clearance coming through around about, what time is that, 11 o'clock, and then a fairly pleasant afternoon, actually. 23 knots, 23 degrees thereabouts. Caution these gusts. I've highlighted these gusts again now. I'm not quite sure why we're getting them gusts, unless maybe they're associated with one of them weak troughs that I mentioned earlier. They may possibly be giving us an issue. I'd like to think we're not going to get them. Certainly with a mean wind of 10 to 12 knots, I'd be very surprised if we had gusts like that, unless a very heavy shower come through, and I don't think that's forecast. GFS today is giving us a max temperature of only 18 degrees and with the dew point down at 16. View outside the window. And if I look at the weather station, this is the interesting bit. GFS is saying max 18 today and it's 17.4 already at the moment. So I don't think we're going to get too much temperature change today. Okay, so top meteo then. This is the significant weather. This is earlier on today. If I run this through, you can see the rain and everything associated with that weak cold front or occlusion, call it what you may. That's still going through, and back end of that is around about 2 o'clock local thereabouts. But there is going to be some flyable weather before then. And if I look at the thermal forecast for the day, it's obviously got all this grey and overcast, and that's going to run through. But after that front has gone through, we're going to get some overcast, but Q quite rapidly developing. And by 2 o'clock, they're talking 6,000 feet over to the west of us, and that's going to run on till around about 4 o'clock, and then we've got then it's going to start to go blue. Sky Sight is giving us quite a bit of overcast, which we'd expect. Some thermals up to around about after about 1:30 local. We're going to get thermals to 4,500 feet, and then a cut off around about 6:30, and they're giving it 8 knots from the northwest. And this is what they're indicating from the side. So this low cloud initially, very, very rapid. Once the front's gone through, very, very rapidly clearing with 5 knot plus thermals up to 6,000 feet. A little bit later on, we've got a problem with this upper cloud, which is going to delay proceedings slightly. No towns, there's nothing of any significance really to hit Lasham today, but word of warning, if you do wander away and you do start to go up to the northwest, there's a whole load of CTA Class D airspace, anything from 3.5 up to flight level 195, controlled by Bryce. There's something going out of Bryce. I've got no more information on that, but if you are going to depart from here, I'd suggest you go north or west, but not northwest, because you need to stay well clear of that airspace. And obviously, it's your responsibility to ensure you comply. Okay, so operationally, then today we'll have a quick look. There's a departure at A319 going at 10:30 local. That's probably convenient because that's probably not going to get high enough cloud base to do anything significant until after then anyway. So we're going to northwest wind, lowest cloud base rising in the afternoon, weak occlusion with associated rain due over the next few hours. Cloud base is starting at 1,500 feet, becoming 3,000, maybe even higher mid-afternoon. So what we'll do, we'll get the equipment out, we'll leave it on the south of the runway where we normally take everything off to when there's a jet movement. So we're literally ready to go straight out at 10:30 once the aircraft has gone. We have two K21s on the booking system with instructors and students, a K13 on the booking system with instructors and students, and two K21s on the 5-day course. So we have K21 available for the casual list. We've got 3 people on that list. Not all of them need instructors, actually. But if there is an instructor available, it'd be really useful. All remaining 2-seaters are available today, and SH3, 4, 6, and 7 are booked. So we'll plan to set up on 27 once the movement has gone through, winching to the south, aerotow to the north. We'll take off on the grass and land both sides as normal. Please wash down at the end of the day, and usual reminder about buggies and the simulator. So setting up then, runway 27, we'll park everything just to the north in this little quadrant here until the jet's gone, and then tow straight out onto 27 once we're gone. The usual warning, please, about the cross runways, don't run over them on the ground. And yep, I think we get everything ready and get ready to go literally once the aircraft's gone. So I'll see you out there shortly. Bye.